Okay, here we go. 75% boards or better. This was last night in a virtual club game. I've actually been not recording as much. I've been hired to be different people's partners a little more often lately because there's gold this week in the virtual club game. So we're trying to get some gold for some newer players. So if you'd like to hire me at some point in time, I don't really know what anybody else charges. So if I charge a little too little or too much, I don't know. I'm not an expert. Um, I tend to play a pretty decent game. And what people that do hire me to play, what they seem to find the most benefit in is actually watching me play a little bit like these videos. So I put these out, but also just to see me put it in action. And this was one of them from last night. We were able to get the newer player 0.6 gold and 1.4 black or 1.8 black. And I don't know, we got first, and this is 100% board here. So this one comes down to a little bit, listen to the bidding, how things went, and then the play at the end of how to play the spade. So here we go. We get the East was obnoxiously kept bidding hearts, and we end up in 4 spades. Okay, so I open a spade. They do an overcall of 2 hearts. Partner does 3 hearts, showing support in spades and some points. I say I'm low end with my 3 spade bid. They go to 4 hearts, and my partner puts us in 4 spades. So opening lead of the Queen of Hearts. All right, so this was interesting lead. Top of an interior sequence. I will admit that is the right lead, but I don't usually do it. If you have some input on that, I've actually been inquiring around, haven't got a whole lot of feedback, but I usually don't. And obviously this time it didn't work out, worked out miserably. I would just wait, let anybody else lead this. This partner knows to lead hearts at some point in time. So anyway, so I'm able to steal a trick here. And then I'm gonna gain, you gain tricks by trumping in the dummy, okay? So I decide, here's my losers. Let's just go back to this. My losers at this point in time after the opening lead of winning with the Queen of Hearts, potential loser in diamonds, potentially 2 losers in clubs, and then I have these heart losers that I'm going to take care of by trumping. So based on the number of hearts I have, I think this hand still has a couple of hearts. And I proceed with that pattern. I go with 3. I come back. I lose this finesse, unfortunately. I'm missing the queen and the 9, so I could have finessed this way for the, because the queen is probably over here. Anyway, I get this one wrong, but I didn't have much of a choice. So then they come back with a heart, and I trump with the 6. And then here we go with starting to pull trump. I decide, so obviously I have to lead the queen, and I'm missing the king and the jack. You can see how it's going to break down here. It wins, but I find out we've got the bad trump split. It kind of did figure there's a good chance, with the bidding that it was a 4-1 split, but we did get the 4-1 split. They're not going to play the jack underneath the queen unless it's a singleton. So we've got these 3 spots now to figure that we've got over here, the king, the 9, and the 8. And how are we going to make this contract still at this point in time? So here we go. So I come back to the king of diamonds, and I'm hoping for a 3-3 split, and Viola, it's there. All right, so diamonds, obviously everybody followed for 3 times, that's 12. This 9 of diamonds is the boss. So I play it and see what West decides to do, okay? West decides to pitch a club. So I do the same, I pitch a club. All right, so there we go. So now we have to lead a club. I decide to lead a low club, go in with the jack, and East wins with the queen. All right, so we go jack of hearts lead, 5 of clubs, and now West has to decide again what to do. West decides to pitch a club, and now here comes the decision of what to do. This is obvious at this point in time, but I will admit, maybe until this time, I haven't gotten this right, but hopefully you guys can now as well. It seems like the right play, but it happens to me enough that I finally experienced it the other way. So typically, without thinking, I would play the ace of spades, a low spade, and then I lose 2 spade tricks. However, I thought about it this time, and I play the 7 of spades, and hopefully this is the card you would play, because now they win with the 8 and they have to lead to us, right? So again, this is a little simpler when you can see all the cards. So hopefully this lesson will help you see this. You've got the end, you need to throw them in. This happens a lot in other suits, but I will admit this one I have usually not gotten right, but this time I did. So they have to come back into my ace 10 and we get both the tricks. If I play the ace first from that 3 card holding at the end, they will get 2 tricks, right? So I need to lead the 7. They win with the 8, and then they have to come back into my holding, and we make 4 for a top board. All right. We were in 4, others were in 3. Granted, we did get the favorable lead, but I still didn't make 1 more than the rest of the field anyway. So hopefully you learned something from this. Hopefully you like these videos. Be sure to subscribe if you have not already. Like the videos. Any questions, you can leave them below. If you want to reach out to me for lessons or to play as your partner, we could play in the 18 board ACBL games or different games. If you want to play in your virtual club or different games, let me know. Reach out and we'll try to set up a game here and there. Anyway, we'll see you next time.